Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the 1996 Impala SS. We're finally getting around to stripping it down. What I mean by stripping it down is we're chasing that pt1 and we can't find it nowhere. But with our vacuum, looks like we might have a valve issue. So we are going to take off all the ignition wires and take out all the spark plugs, and we're going to run a compression and leak down test. I've been dreading this since it's an LT1, but it must be done. Try to avoid it, but here we go. First thing we're going to do, we're going to try to take off as little as possible. We're going to take off all the spark plugs right there. Let me see if I get some light in this thing. That's the water pump. We're going to take off all the spark plugs. Doesn't really matter right now. So we're going to take off all the spark plugs on that side, all the spark plugs on this side. Over here, we'll check each one. Probably check resistance. Looking down in there. Alright, I pulled the driver's side wires off, but that's one side off. When I put it back in, it should be a lot easier as far as length. And now we got the wires off the driver's side. We're going to take the wires off the passenger side and then take the plugs out. So I use this, which is probably not the most appropriate thing, and pull them all out that side. Now we're going to use the same thing to pull them all out that side. I'm also noticing, I think when I put them back on, I have to start from the back and go all the way to the front. Seems like that would probably be the easiest route. So let's get this passenger side over with and take it from there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we took the wires off that side, took the wires off that side, pulled them out. Now we're going to take the plugs. This is one of the things that people hate about the LT. I guess I'll start on this side and I will try to capture my best way. What I'm going to do, the car is on jack stands. I'm going to take the front wheels off. So I'm going to have to lower it, take the wheels off, and then put it back up. Just so we'll have double the access from the top and the bottom, and try to make this as easy as possible. But this is what people dread about the LT, especially with headers. You think headers will make it easier, but no. Here we go. All right, we're taking them off. This is 19. I forgot what it is. These are 19. And 8. Take the wheel off. This will give you more access, as you can see. So we got access from the top and access from the bottom. So to get that first one on the driver's side, we're going to come from this angle, and that's a 3/4. I think that's going to be the best way to get it. Get a swivel nut and go in and grab that one. Okay. This is the first one on the driver's side. I think it's matter of fact, it's plug number 1, cylinder 1. So driver's side, we come in, we got the socket goes all the way in, and you can reach your hand, you can see that, over the top and it will fit over the socket. And you can put the socket on. We got a swivel at the other end, and there you can put it on there and hold it as you turn it. So I can't do this both at once, but as you can see how that goes in there, and I can hold it from the top. And we're going to take the first one out, look at it, label it, and see what's going on. Alright, that's the first plug came out. These are brand new plugs. Probably got 2 miles on them. And that's what we're looking like right there. It is what it is. Let's take the next one out. Alright, this is the second one on the driver's side, or cylinder number 3. I have some stubby ratchets. Probably can get a long one. So if I go in there, you can see you got 2 ways to do it. You can either come through here, I've done that before, spread these out and come through here and force it, or I decided to come from the top. I put the socket on there, then I put over the end of the socket. The end of the socket, you can put a wrench on it. Mine's a 3/4 on the end of it, and I put my little, since I don't have a, well, better for me, I got this stubby ratcheting one, and you can see where I put it on the end, and I can just kind of ratchet it off. And I have one of these which you don't need, but it's good for me. Got it on, I think I got it on Amazon. It's where you can put leverage on a ratchet. And I can give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say you have a ratchet with no leverage. You can put it in there like that, and you'll have leverage. Or you can also, I've done this too. In fact, I'm gonna try that just to let you know, let you see, where you can come here and aim it down in there. But this side is loose. I can do it by hand now. These bad babies. See, plus when you don't have these pipes, your hand can get in there a little better than this. But now that it's loose, I can come under and twist it by hand. Cylinder number 3. When you're taking these out, be careful not to drop them, because if you drop them, you won't be able to see the tip and see what's going on. So this one is darky dark. I think everything got fouled for some reason. I think they're all gas fouled. I know we were putting too much gas in here. I know that for sure. So now let's go over to the next one, cylinder number 5. All right, now we're on cylinder number 5. So if we come from the bottom on cylinder number 5 with my headers, you can't access it there. You can barely, it won't be able to come from that way. You definitely can't come from the top. It's pretty much behind the header. And if we come from the top, just to show you from what I said, you can't see it. This is some of the, I don't get it, but I'm not a header inventor, so I can't tell you why you can't even see it unless you come right there. There's no way to get that except from the bottom. And to come from the bottom, I think you had to take the O2 sensor off. So we're gonna look up from the bottom and see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think the best one for 1.3 number 5 would be from the bottom. And as we look up to spark plug number 5, first thing we see is a oxygen sensor in the way. So we already unplugged it. Be careful when you're unplugging it. And it's a 7/8 to take this off. We got a 7/8 flare wrench. And believe me, unplug it. I've tried it many different ways when I have my other Impala, trying to be quick. Take your time, and you're looking up, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get new ones of these anyway. Look at that, it's terrible. It's a money pit. Okay, now we have total hand access. Oh, I need some before something fall in my eye and I'll be upset. So, as you can see, right by the header over there, you see the tip. I think you can see the, yeah, you see that tip of that right there, kinda. That's the tip. So we're gonna put the spark plug over the socket over the tip and see what we can do from there. All right, we put the socket on there and we came from the top. We got a longer 3/4 box wrench, put it over the socket and broke it loose. So now it can be turned by hand. So we got the most leverage on this side. As you can see, there it goes. I'm trying to film at the same time, but you see what I'm doing. And then we'll just turn it like that, so we get it loose enough to do it by hand, as you can see. And we'll do it by hand from underneath. So I think we got it. We're going to loosen it one more time, then go underneath and then screw it by hand and take it out. All right, now we're on number 8. No, 135, number 7. That's the last one. So of course, again, with my headers, you can see it, no problem. But you cannot get to it. I can touch it. This is probably, I don't know, the hardest one in this side maybe, because you do have to come from the bottom. There's a large gap here. Okay. So we're gonna, once again, put our socket on and take it from there. We know we can't come from the bottom. It has to be from the top. Top or the, I'm sorry, can't come from the wheel well. We're gonna take a look anyway. We can see it clearly, but we got the tube header in the way. You can't come from in there, no way. Whoever put these headers on didn't do a good job either. Lord have mercy. So, with this one, you either have to come from the top or come from the bottom. And that's the only way. So we're gonna get our socket first, put the socket on there. So let's put the socket on and take it from there. Okay, we put the socket on there and we got our ratcheting stubby. So if you got a ratcheting 3/4 stubby or whatever your socket inside may be, that will help you tremendously. So we can just, from the top, grab that, loosen it up. Hopefully that stays on there. Take the stubby off. It's one of the best things I bought for this car, a ratcheting stubby. And we can twist it like that, or however. I'm only doing it this way because I'm filming at the same time, but I'm gonna put this down so we don't drop the spark plug and bend the end and won't be able to tell what's going on with it. So, but that's how you get that one. All right, another thing on number 7, if you screw it out too much, you can't get the spark plug off. So I gotta screw this back in a little bit and then take this off. That's another thing, and with these headers. I think it's just with these headers. Still can't get it off. So keep that in mind too. So I got to screw it back on, then take this off, and then get the spark plug off. So we're going to do that. Alright, we got that one out. This one is a little wet too. And of course, these are probably just 2 miles on these things total. They're already toe up. But to get it out, because of the block, we cut the end off of a boot. And once we loosen it up, you put this over it. This will give you a little more leverage to get it out. Plus the end will bend around that exhaust header and help you get it out. Also, if you get another one, I just cut the end of a spark plug wire to insert them, because when you're inserting them and you're trying to find the hole, it'll kind of wiggle and give a little bit instead of being straight, and it'll help you thread it in a little better. But that's the fourth one over here. We're going to label these, put them in baggies, and then start on the other side. That's my technique. That took a long time, faster than usual, but still too damn long. Alright, let's get on the other side, knock those 4 out, and we'll be done for the day. Alright, we're on the passenger side now. First one would be cylinder number 2. As we can see, it's blocked from the top. We're going to get rid of this junk one day. As soon as we get it riding better, this air pump, we're going to put that air pump delete, get rid of all that junk. As soon as we figure out what's wrong with the car. So as you can see, that's cylinder number 2 right there in the front. Oh, it's a nightmare. But I think the best way for that one is to go through the tires, the fender well, whatever it is. So that's what we're going to do. Take off the tire, take a look. I think the other side took so long, about an hour maybe, not rushing. Alright. We can't even see it from up here. We got hoses in the way. But we still got, oh, yes we can. What am I looking at? But it looks like we can go from there. I'm gonna have to remove the tire, put the socket on there, and go from there. Alright, this is number 2. Coming from the bottom. This is how we got to get that with the ratchet and a swivel. If you can get in there. We loosened it up. So now we're just gonna take it off by hand. We did have to stick our hand over the top and kind of guide it in there like that. So this one was kind of easy. We had to take the tire off, so that's number 2. We're going to take it out, make sure it doesn't drop on the ground, and take a look at it. I know number 4, which is that one, that's the one that misfires a lot. So we're really going to, that's the leading misfire. We're really going to take a look at that one. Alright, that's the first one. Let's see, it's kind of wet. And like I say, about 2 miles of driving with a misfire, leaky injectors, 2 for sure. That's what we got. So that's cylinder 2. Now we're going to go to cylinder 4 and see what's up with that one. Alright, this is number 4. coming from the bottom, the best way. I put the swivel on there, stuck it in, broke it loose, and now my hand can fit. Make sure you got jack stands and all that stuff protects you. My hand can fit in, physically turn it over and take it out by hand. So far these first two are easier than driver's side. So, oh, that's what I was afraid of. That is the last one I wanted to fall on the ground. Drop any other one except that one, but I dropped it. Okay, this is number 6. Come from the bottom. That's the best way to take it out, and that's what we're gonna do. I can even see in that hole is wet on number 4. Lord have mercy, but all good. This is number 6, easy. Just plug it in there, twist it out, and get it up out of there. So here we go, number 6. Losing daylight. This is number 6. Yeah, let's get number 8 out and we'll be done. All right, that last one, number 8, I had to go from the bottom. You see I put the socket on there, so you can't really come from the top because of the headers, of course. You can't come in through here because there's 3 headers. They're all in the way. Nowhere around there. You have to come from the bottom. So I came from the bottom. I don't know what that is, but and from the bottom you're able to stick your hand in there through this side, and you got hand room to get in there and do that. Also be careful because you got live electricity down here. I guess it'd be smart to disconnect your battery instead of getting a spark and be upset. We just need it to loosen up a little bit. We're gonna go to the, if I was looking at it, I would go that way. So hopefully, exactly, ladies and gentlemen, be a little smarter than me. Just a little smarter. Disconnect your battery or you have a problem. But now it's loose. Hopefully I didn't mess nothing up too bad, and we can go from the top now. We see this is kind of wet down here, whatever that is. But exactly why you should disconnect your battery while you're doing this too.